Come on in, y'all. I ain't gonna keep y'all on here long. Come on in. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. I was watching Candace Owens today because she decided to interview crackhead Hunter Biden, and I wanted to know what was going on in the world of crack. So I went to watch her channel today, and I stomached as much as I could before I turned it off. When I turned it off, it led me to another Candace Owens video, and that's why I am on here tonight. We gotta talk, because I think I have discovered something about who did what and why all this rhetoric is going around about denouncing, renouncing. I think I found the source. I think I found the. Come on in, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all some time to load in. This is gonna get good. We might have to do part one, part two. We might have to do part one, part two. Come on in, share the live. Share the live. Come on in. We got to talk about history. And I'm going to talk for a little while because I know y'all got to go to work tomorrow and y'all sleepy and all that stuff. I'm going to talk for a little while. But what I'm going to show you tonight is going to blow the top off. I didn't think I would have to do this. But I got to blow the top off and show you some black faces, Negro colored, darky faces of Greek warriors. So that we could stop the rhetoric. Okay, share the live. Share the live. I'll give y'all some time to load in. Hey y'all, I am getting blown up right now. So y'all know I'm usually not on here on a Thursday night. I usually pop up on y'all on a Friday night. However, I was watching the Candace Owens interview with Hunter Crackhead Super Predator Biden. Okay, I was watching the interview because again, I hope y'all can hear me. I just saw I had a red light on here. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me before I start yapping. Let me know if y'all can hear me because I got to show you guys something that I think you'd be interested in tonight. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hey, hello. Hey, ready to learn? Hey, Miss Melina. I missed you today. I think I had a Zoom with you today, but you can reschedule at any time you want to, girl. I got some breaking news for you, honey. Hey, Robert. Hey, guys. Come on in. Load on in. Load all in. We got to talk. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me good. Hey, guys. The chat going slow. I'm in a bit of a delay here, it looks like. But let me know if you guys... Somebody said I could stay up all night for your information. Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored. Thank you, boss man, for saying that. Sound is good. Okay, good. Okay. So again, hey Cheryl, hey sister. Hey guys, come on in, share the live. Share the live. Reshare the link on Twitter. If any of you are on Twitter, I should be live on Facebook, which get kind of sketchy because they don't never send my shit out for real. If you're new, this is a late night show. This is not for kindergartens. When I go live, I have to press whether this is for 18 and under. I press no. So this show is for adults. So if you have kindergartner ears, a kindergartner attention span, go ahead and click off. If you are allergic to a little profanity, click off. Okay, because I'm telling you right now, it is not for you. The show is not for you. Yes, I will be telling history, but I'm telling history from a frustrated standpoint because I didn't know some adults were so stupid. Right now, there's this whole denounce, renounce, and I didn't pledge. Just so you guys know, I'm not denying. I just have this high level hobby called history that you guys have been seeing me do for years now online. Helping families find heirs property, helping families find missing relatives, and so forth and so on. But I'm listening intently now to this D9 argument about renouncing, because it went from Black Greeks in the D9 are evil, to Black Americans are evil. And so I'm trying to see how they are conflating the two. So after I got done stomaching as much of the Candace Hunter crackhead Biden interview that I could, I clicked off and YouTube sent me another Candace Owens video. I'm going to play a little bit of this video tonight. Hopefully CIA Candace don't strike me. So share the live, because I'm already knowing this is going to get demonetized. But I got to show you. Now, this renounce, I have been denouncing. It's not a renouncing. This is denouncing, okay? Click like and here, share the live, guys, as we come in. Hey, y'all, everybody. Hey, Summer B. Okay, yes, you can hear you. Okay, my chat is on a little bit of a delay. Hey, Janice. Hey, Ivory. Hello, everybody. So, yes, continue to share the live. To get some people in here. I'm about to show y'all some information that you could definitely use. So listen. So, YouTube referred me to another Candace video of her talking about how Charlie's voice AI was used on Charlie's voice to announce Erica Kirk as the CEO. In this announcing, Candace called out a name. Which I'm finna let y'all hear. And then I'm going to show y'all how this all correlates to the attack on D9 and how it came directly from TPUSA. Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, funded by the IDF, Netanyahu, and the likes thereof, launching an entire campaign from the looks of it. Now, I'm only a few hours in on this. I'm only a few hours in on my research on this, and y'all know I am Dora the Explorer. I will get down to the bikini bottom of the situation. I'm going to get down to the bottom of it if I want to, if the D9 people want me to. Do we have any pole marches or any Kappas in here? Because the Kappas ties into this, what I'm going to talk about tonight, specifically them, because that's one of the first videos I watched on the renouncing, and I was just so disgusted at what they were saying. Now, I'm about to show y'all this little bit of what Candace said today. Let me share my screen. Let me share a screen.
Former arms dealer. Okay, a former arms dealer who now works for Turning Point. This is a thing. A lot of them become pastors. They find God and they find Turning Point like at almost the same time. And Marcus Wada, one of the things that he offers is that he is able to create these AI voices for them to use for their presentations. So AI technology is what they currently use to voice over their Turning Point presentations. And typically, I am told they use the voice of Pastor John Amanchukwu.
Turning Point USA, John Amanchukwu. Hold on, let me keep going, because y'all gotta hear this.
Point event, and you're hearing a presentation, and you hear a guy speaking over, you're actually hearing Pastor John is not actually recording that. They're manipulating his voice, I'm sure with his permission, to speak over in the presentations.
So John Amanchukwu, the African, who probably with the African Union, there's no telling, full-fledged African now, one of Turning Point's head executives, does all of the AIs for every event, all of the voiceovers. So if Turning Point is doing a presentation, Candace explain here, and I'm gonna take her off screen because I'm done with her. If Turning Point is using a presentation, they're using John Amanchukwu's voice. John Amanchukwu. Now look at this.
I mean, but we're one of the only social media agencies.
Look at this. Hey guys, come on in. Yeah, load on in. This is some interesting stuff. Load on in. I think this came all the way from Netanyahu. I think this came all the way. Hold on. So now I'm on John Amanchukwu's page. Here, John Amanchukwu, he did a
1621.
Hold on, let's see.
Half of our company.
Omega Psi Phi is a false religion. They tell you you're entering the temple of Omega.
John, I'm not listening to a whole lot of this shit, man. But it's a lot of this is bullshit. Cause it's so funny how they can call Greeks evil, but they didn't say anything about the baby eaters. We got full baby eaters. People eating babies out here. Ain't no deep dives on the Epstein from John Amanchukwu. But he has done multiple deep dives and he get millions of views on this Greek content, and it is pushed into the algorithm. He pushed that Delta girl into the algorithm, and it gets very interesting even with her. I'm about to show you. So I'm on John Amanchukwu's page, where he had this series on his page called Denouncing Divine Nine or something. Denouncing. So he went on this whole thing, right? And this stuff, here's John. Here's John. That's him.
Paddling you. Yeah, they call that. Yeah, they call that
disturbing the peace, disturbing the D9. So he's strategically bringing people on this show. Thank you. Somebody said Haitians and Africans are eating babies. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. When they're talking about getting hit on your ass with a paddle is evil. Now listen, I ain't with no violent behavior. But this happens in every organization. If you on the campus, white, black, Jew, Gentile, you're gonna get smile white, you might get paddle. Some of that's just look, par for the course. I don't know. But to call it demonic and not call out the whites, not call out Epstein, not call out the child traffickers as evil. You're not doing any of that. You just black people, just black Americans. And then you have these Africans that join these organizations and then they strategically renounce them. And then they go on these platforms like John Amanchukwu, who had the biggest platform because he has multiple channels on YouTube. He pushes it out to millions. And he got it all the way up the ladder to CBN. Now, it's been people renouncing for years. Please share the live, guys, because I'm about to show you something. It's people who's been renouncing for years. But it never got into this many algorithms. It's never been this popular. Until TPUSA's John Amanchukwu. Let's go with
all of the things we go through in these rituals I'm about to name.
This is John Amanchukwu. This is the one I watched after I watched the Candace thing, right? This young lady here is a Delta. This young lady here, hold on, let me see. Can y'all see my screen? Let me make sure y'all can see my screen. Oh God, my screen was frozen. Why didn't you tell me my screen was frozen? Share the live, guys. Click like when you come in so more people can come in. Somebody said I got the notification on Facebook before YouTube. You know how I go. Girl, I'm just on here talking and I didn't even know y'all didn't see my last screen with John Amanchukwu. Y'all know sometimes my screen freezes.
It's dark. Yeah. You get slapped to the ground.
That's John.
Then they take you in a dark road in the country. They get out. You have to grab your ankles.
Shut up, John. Shut your bitch ass up. Your non-pussy get. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up, John. Why somebody should have been told? Okay, let me not get off. Let me not get hyped up. Okay, so then I went to John Amanchukwu's, another one of his videos.
Thai aromatics and lime.
Again.
Go through in these
this young lady right here,
they work you up to that final selling of yourself.
When I was listening to this young lady, it disturbed me because they went on to talk about how evil Black Americans. They went from just Greek to then they just said Black America, just a blanket brush stroke, right? And then they was talking about the Kappas. Right? And they were saying that the Kappas ritual, they turn into a woman and they're gay and all this stuff. Now keep that in mind. Because I'm like, these adults can't be that big of a dummy. These full adults. Now here's this young lady here. Here's also this young lady here.
But the arrogant and
Didi got a podcast, who also got the job for TPUSA. I don't know if he still work for them, but this content creator, here she is again, big face on Didi got a podcast, talking about Delta, right?
Taken,
and here she is again
to make him some kind of kind, lovable character in scripture that never.
Here she is again. Melissa
I have
Blair.
watched all of his content when he.
Hold on, Melissa. Go ahead and tell us again, Melissa.
Christians hate you and your way of life.
Tell us what you said, Melissa.
With
hold on. Cause she froze on my screen. Let me get back. Y'all let me know when I get froze. I share the live because I'm about to show y'all the real Apollo in a minute. I'm just leading up to it. Share the live, guys. Okay, so here is Melissa Blair, who worked directly with John Umenchukwu, who they're all under TPUSA, who TPUSA is funded by Netanyahu and the IDF, funded partially by MAGA, but funded in whole by the Israel lobbyists directly under Netanyahu. That's why that Netanyahu was the first to say, well, we didn't kill Charlie when Charlie died. They had to say it because everybody know that Charlie and all his TPUSA platforms are funded by Israel. Netanyahu, the war criminal, the one who they over there dropping bombs on babies and stuff. But somehow they're not evil. Let's go with this young lady.
Matthew knows when he was there debating with Ben Shapiro. I have watched all of his content when he had.
To add context to this, she's talking about she's watched all of Charlie Kirk's content. She on here. You know what I'm saying. Just listen to her.
USA faith conferences, when he did the Brexit movement, when he went to London with Candace Owens, when he first.
She's just saying she's been with Charlie Kirk from the start. This is what she's explaining here. The Delta, who kicked off all of this with John Umenchukwu.
Out his college tours. He started out his business or doing Turning Point USA when he was 17, didn't go to college. I know about his wife, Miss Erica Kirk, who at the same time, she started a whole entire ministry called Bible 365, where she helps young women read the Bible 365 days a year and goes through the Bible in that way. She mentors young wives and mothers for homeschooling. See, I know this person's character. And the reason that this is very important for us to understand is because the same people that are demonizing Charlie Kirk would have been the same people who demonized, misquote, misunderstood, and tried to crucify Jesus Christ.
He just compared Charlie Kirk to Jesus Christ. The Charlie Kirk who was going on campuses talking ill about Black Americans. What, ma'am? See... What, ma'am? She just compared Charlie Kirk to Jesus Christ. This is the leader of the denounce, renounce, recycle, reduce, reuse movement. Girl, what, ma'am? So at this point, is y'all paying people to join just so they can renounce and recycle and denounce? And so y'all can get on these platforms and call all Black Americans evil. And oh, she got smile wipe. This is evil. While they're doing that, I want y'all to know. While they're doing that, I want y'all to look. I want y'all to look at, hold on. Let me see, can I make this a little bit larger? Because y'all got to see this. Let me go back in. Let me. While they're saying the Black people, Black Americans are evil, I want y'all to know each organization has a white and Asian organization that has copied it. The movements, the lingo, the strolls, all of it. So they make something evil and then they copy it. Let me show y'all this now. I don't think I can play the music. Let me see. And girl, they look weird too. Hold on. Oh, I can't play the music. I gotta turn the music off. Girl, what? Girl, what? Girl, what? What? Girl, what? Look at on the TPUSA campus now. One of the TPUSA campuses now. Look what they doing. Look what they doing. Look what they doing. Oh my God. If this ain't crazy, if this isn't the craziest shit you've ever seen. Look at the fake alphas, guys. Look at them. Oh my God. Look at the fake AKAs. Look at them, guys. Trying to be sexy with them wide backs. Look at the Omegas. Oh, look, wait. It just gets worse. It just gets worse. Look at these TPUSA people. Look at them, y'all. Hold on. Let me stop you mid later, cause y'all tell me when my screen freezes, because share the live, guys. Click like, get some people in here. They got the white girl scrolling the Nuck If You Buck. I just can't play the music. They got the white girls on the campuses where TPUSA where Charlie Kirk go and talk evil about black people are evil, black people are all ghetto, poverty, they're slaves. Look at the whites. They scroll to Nuck If You Buck. Doing what the Deltas do. Like, throwing, like, what? Look at him. Off rip. I mean, I just inflicted. Girl, what? Girl, what? Girl, what? Girl. Girl, what the fuck is we watching? So first they demonize you and then they copy you. That's the moral of the story. Now we're going to get into Apollo. And see, I didn't know that the Kappas venerated Apollo until I started watching the Denounce Renounce videos. Had I known, I would have been able to come on here a long time ago and really educate. Because I met the Kappas in my chat a long time ago, guys, when I was doing the pole march videos. I was talking about pole march from an indigenous standpoint, and then I saw the red diamonds in my chat. They thought I was talking about them until they started listening and realized that I'm actually talking about indigenous history. So one would then have to ask, well, how do the Kappas have pole marches if this is the highest level of an indigenous warrior? If a pole march comes, you're about to die. So how did the founders of Kappa know to implement this into the organization? How did he know? They called Elder Diggs evil on these videos. It's John Amanchukwu and this Melissa Blair, and then they got some Kappas to speak on how they got paddled. Nigga, who cares? Your mama beat your ass too. I got paddled, nigga. So is that what made it evil? Because you got your ass beat? Not saying I didn't play it, so I might feel some kind of way if somebody beat me too. I don't know. But everybody that get beat couldn't have been. Either way, how could a member allow anybody to talk negatively about a dead man? Elder Diggs can't speak up for himself. He can't take up for himself. Now, in the year of our Lord 2026, a man who was a scholar, he was a Buffalo Soldier, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, let me see what which regiment Elder Diggs. Let me see which regiment Elder Diggs was on. Because I know he was a soldier. I do know he was a soldier. Elder. Well, how would I? Let me see. Elder Oh, there we go. He came right up. Elder Watson Diggs. Thank you. Elder Watson Diggs, military service. That's what I put in. Here we go. Here we go. And then I'm about to get into Apollo. Please share the live, guys. We should have 2,000 people in here by now. We should have at least 2,000 people in here by now. Okay, it's not allowing me to share my screen. All right, it's not allowing me to share my screen. Maybe TPUSA is trying to flag my video. That's why it's important for you guys to share the live. Here we go. Elder Diggs. Elder Watson Diggs. This was Kappa's founder, guys. The one that they're saying was evil. Serve the country now. These people supposed to be so patriotic. They seen him talking about a dead man. 368th Infantry. Rose to the rank of captain. He wouldn't know just regular guy sitting idly by. He fought for the country. Now we finna get into something, guys. They're saying that the Kappas venerated Apollo. Now, I know a little bit about this subject matter, okay? So what the young lady and the Kappa and the guys were saying on all these videos is that they go to Greece and they venerate some white statues of Minerva and Apollo and all this and that. First of all, Minerva and Apollo was half brothers and sisters. This is how it goes in the Greek pantheon. And if I can go even further than that, Greek life was documented by one guy. All this history that we know about so-called Greek was documented by Homer's Iliad. That's where they found all this history. So that's as if me, Janice, today say this group of Black Americans are called Pyru, okay? And I document the Pyrus, right? And that history goes on and on and on about how I documented the Pyrus. That's how Homer documented the Greeks. And so they took what Homer said about the Greeks and turned it into some white people. That's what happened. That's what happened. Yeah, Black Americans have never forsaken God. We've never been evil. We're the most nicest people on this realm, on this planet. Now, let's show you something. Behold, Apollo. I'm the wrong person to find a renounce video. People talk about Apollo white. Where can we get some pole? Where the pole marches at? For the record, I have sent this to at least 2 Kappas to see whether they had already seen this picture of Apollo, and they both of the Kappas that I sent this to said they had never seen the Black Apollo. This was discovered around 1917. This huge statue of Apollo was discovered, and it was just kind of swept under the rug. Now, 1917 would be after the Kappas was founded. So we have to go back to the soldier, Elder Diggs from the 368th Infantry, and say, well, how did Elder Diggs know about Apollo? If all of this stuff wasn't discovered until after he had already founded the Kappas. Now, why had we never seen this Black Apollo? Girl, let me give y'all a close-up on Apollo. Hold my mule. Hold my mule. Hold my mule. Hold it. Hold it. This is the Apollo with cornrows, just like Black Americans have today. Cornrows twisted at the end. Look like he got a nice braid out there. If he untwisted, he'll have hair kind of like Black Americans. Now, I'm going to show y'all what happened to this statue. For one, this statue, his hands were broken on this statue. Let me get the original picture back up. They broke his hands on this statue. Y'all, please share the live. This is of utter importance My live is already getting flagged. Please click like, share the live. We should have at least 3,000 people in the chat right now. They broke Apollo's arms because he was holding a bow and arrow. Now, y'all know indigenous American warriors, that bow and arrow, okay? That's when you see Indians, do you always see them with the bow and arrow? It's going to get deeper. Just let me cook. And like I said, I ain't going to keep y'all on here long. Share the live. Share the link out. Because these are pictures that has not gone out. They have not gone out. But your girl is here to save the day. Now, bow and arrow. Now, as the denouncers were saying, the Kappas transform into women, and so that's why a lot of them are gay. A lie. Apollo has a twin sister. If you look at the story, listen to the actual story of Apollo during battle, Apollo called his twin sister in to assist him during the battle. Artemis, that's Apollo's twin sister, Artemis. Now, when you see Artemis today, she's going to look white too, just like all the statues of Apollo looks white. Because during the World War era, this is 1917, leading up to the World War eras, and I also want you to take into consideration a lot of the Divine Nine were founded during this World War era when Black Americans were already getting eaten, lynched, swinging from trees, ran off of heirs' property, cities burning down, courthouses burning down. We was the reason why the American president called World War I. World War I started here in America because of what was happening to Black Americans by incoming immigrants, incoming cannibals. So these D9 organizations were being created during an era of war. To me, they weren't evil enough. Let me start there. So now you have Apollo venerated in one organization. Apollo's twin sister Artemis came in during war with to help him in battle. Now, I want you to know this Apollo here, they scraped all the black off of him. And you can find these same images on Getty Image today. This is the image today. Apollo, is that you? Let me go a little bit deeper, guys. Let me go a little bit deeper if y'all don't mind. Because I can go part 1, part 2, and break down each Greek pantheon, if you will, as a person who is well versed on this particular subject matter. Okay? Let me show y'all something about Apollo. And let me show you from the Smithsonian, one of Smithsonian's website. Now, during the World War, something called the CCC was put in place. The CCC allowed for, it's the New Deal. The New Deal allowed for the CCC to, which is, the Conservation Corps, to come in, go into any heirs property they want to, any graveyard that they want to, dig up any relics, any Negro body that they wanted to, and they sent this to the Smithsonian. Even one of my ancestors in South Georgia named Pumpy was dug up and sent to the Smithsonian. A lot of these areas were then turned into national parks, state parks, and the likes thereof. It's never said what artifacts came from this area. This is the time where this Apollo was found, during that era. During that same era. Now, they're going to tell me that this black man with cornrows was found somewhere in Greece wearing cornrows. And I'm going to call him a lie. Now, here in the good state of Georgia, we had, and this is from the Smithsonian, we had a city called Apollo, Putnam County. This former community was named for Apollo, the Greek god of light, music, poetry, and pastoral pursuits. Now, the thing about this is this was very controversial. Please share the live, guys. Please click like. Somebody said, "We're learning something new every damn day. Look at those braids." And I thank you. And I thank you. And I thank you. Now, we had a whole city here dedicated to Apollo. Now, why? Guys, why would the Negroes here in the state of Georgia now? Well, we got Rome, Athens. Why would we have a city named Apollo where he was venerated? I would like you to know today, part of that Apollo area is underwater. I would like you to also know today that area was excavated, and we don't know what all came from that area of Georgia in Putnam County. It was excavated. We don't know which artifacts were dug up in Putnam County to this day. Now, was this one of the artifacts that was dug up in Putnam County? Because he was venerated in Putnam County. Now, what I did was I went to the area and I said, okay, let me see what heirs property is in this area. And I discovered Smith heirs property in the area. So if I just had to guess, take a wild guess, I would say Apollo probably last name was Smith. It was closer to Smith than it was anything foreign with them cornrows in his head. Now, I also want to, I might do a whole nother show on Minerva, because where I'm from in Albany, Georgia, Minerva was venerated in the 1800s by the soldiers in Albany, the Marines, the indigenous Marines venerated Minerva. And there were statues of Minerva found, if anybody want to look it up before I actually post about it. If you look up the first brick house built in Albany, Georgia, then you will see they're going to attach Minerva to that brick house because it was a large statue of Minerva in the 1800s at this first brick house built in Albany, Georgia. Now, why did the people in Albany, Georgia have so many statues of Minerva? And in Negro graveyards all over America, there are statues and miniatures of Minerva. When you see these old graves from the 1920s, 1910s, 1800s, you will see Minerva there. Now, I also have photos of the Negro Minerva, who is Apollo's half-sister. Now, if we want to call something evil, why haven't we called NASA evil? Because NASA is always chasing Apollo and Artemis. Yeah, and NASA, I mean, they are enamored with Apollo and Artemis for some reason. Apollo 1, Apollo 2, Artemis 1, Artemis 3, Artemis 4. It's like they sending rockets up in the sky just to look for Apollo. Is my conclusion. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is Apollo could very well be one of y'all cousins. His name could very well be Smith. Now, I haven't gone as far as pulling the records in that area to see whether an Apollo Smith still exists. But some of the areas where Apollo sat, that city, that community, some is underwater and some is in an area called Smithfield. And multiple other areas. So, I want to show y'all something else. And keep in mind, these people have called. They have went on a whole campaign calling Black Americans evil, Black Greeks evil, this and that. They haven't went on the Epstein campaign yet. So let me show y'all how deep this goes. Please click like, continue to share the live. Let the numbers go up. Continue to share the live. Now, because they flagging me. TPUSA in here flagging me, guys. The story of Apollo and his twin sister. He had a twin sister. Okay? Apollo was not gay. The story of Apollo and Artemis, it's in every culture. It has been repeated because, again, they took Homer's Iliad, where Homer wrote about a particular group of people. They took it and everybody took a chunk of it and made it their own. Here's the novel, Danae, Hero Twins. Hero Twins. The Mayan, Hero Twins. Okay? And then you see this just all over with these hero twins. Almost every culture. Twin roars. Look at this. Masui Oyo Yiwi. The twin warrior sons of Mother Goddess Latiku in the Acoma Pueblo, southwestern United States creation myths. The Zuni culture's twin war gods who help maintain the order of the world. Y'all, I'm getting text messages saying my nephew never won a game down in Albany. Congratulations. Twin warriors. But when it comes to Black Americans, guys, the twin warrior monster slayers, Pueblo Indian folk stories. You get it. You get it. You picking up what I'm putting down. Stop allowing people to come in and just say Black Americans are evil, because that leads to deaths. All they have to do is paint one group in a negative paintbrush, and then that justifies harm. And so now when people start getting killed, when more Black American women and men go missing, it's justifiable because they were evil. So yeah, I call this goddamn Delta a nappy-headed muskrat under her video. Yeah, I did. Because you got to cuss people out so they could quit their bullshit. And now she's on videos talk about, pray for me, guys. Pray for me because the devil is, girl. Shut up. You just painted our culture as something negative without doing your due diligence. And I'm not saying it ain't bad apples in these organizations. It could be. The bad apples could also be foreigners. They could also be planting people in these organizations to make it something that it ain't. And I'm not here to cap for nobody. However, I didn't like what they were saying about Elder Diggs. Elder Diggs is, they're saying that he is a Mason, and that's one way that is so evil. He helped co-founded the Delta Sigma Theta, and after being one of the founders of Kappa, and then I just say, let me just break this down too before I let y'all off here for tonight. The Masons, the PHA Masons in particular, is the oldest thing over here breathing. The Masons are older than the United States itself. The PHA Masons, this is what I'm talking about. Prince Hall affiliated Masons. They're older than the formation of America. These were the warriors of old. Okay? This is a bloodline organization of niggas, darkies, Negroes, African Americans, or whatever you want to call us today. It's a bloodline of people. Okay? This bloodline, Elder Watson Diggs was a part of it. To this day, you cannot get into this organization unless you're a part of the bloodline. The Eastern Stars at the time, where they were the only Masons over here, were the wives. Then Eastern Stars became a level within the Masons. So now you have Masons who are Eastern Stars within the same organization. When foreigners came over here during the World Wars, they wanted to join said organization. These were the men throughout the land who were building structures at the time of the World Wars, building schools, homes. My granddad was a Mason. He built the mansions in South Georgia. So these were the men who were building during that era. When foreigners came over here and realized that they could not join and be a part of PHA Masons, then they formed another Masonic sector called the International Masons. But today, in the year of our Lord, 2026, everybody is grouped in together. That's not how it is. That's never how it is. It's two whole different types of Masons. One is international. Anybody can join. One is PHA, only bloodline can join. That's same with Eastern Stars that are connected to the PHA Masons. You're not finna join this organization if you don't have nobody in this bloodline. Now, if I'm evil, if I want to make these people look like they're something that they're not, let's create a whole nother organization. We're going to make sure we don't specify that we're different from these guys, and we finna do all kind of bullshit throughout the land. We finna eat babies, kidnap people, we finna run them up, and we gonna say this the Masons that did it. My granddaddy would never do nothing like that. My granddaddy didn't sag his pants. He didn't do none of that. He didn't kill nobody. He wasn't a super predator, none of that. He built mansions. He bought his wife, my grandmama, a whole city block. These were upstanding men. These were the men who were the Buffalo Soldiers. These were the men who fought and protected America before we were overtaken during World War II. Before we did a soft lunch being overtaken when Eisenhower was in office. Eisenhower, who is a full Third Reich German, who somehow became over our military as a full Third Reich German. Now, you also recall the Masons fighting in Tulsa. When Tulsa was being bombed, the Masons were fighting to save Tulsa, and they could not beat the Masons because most of these guys were military, just as Elder Diggs was. These men were military. So they couldn't beat them, so they bombed them. Just so happened at the time, that was the oil capital of the world. Now, one would have to ask themselves, okay, now we got this PHA Mason. They was last on record to fight. Most of them were militarily trained. Why did they live in the oil capital of the world? Why was it all black people in the oil capital of the world? One would have to ask all of these questions before just painting someone with a big, huge brush to say all of those people right there are evil. You see what I'm saying? One should ask all of those questions, because when you kneel down to pray at night, after calling good upstanding people evil who are already dead, already in the ethers, do you think your prayers will be answered? If you think that, I'm here to tell you they won't. So you can say all this God, Jesus this, Jesus that, God this, God that. You are just, you've talked negative about somebody who was very close to God, probably God's own child. He's in probably the bloodline of the gods. The bloodline of the gods that be. Ye are gods. And today, we get to talk negatively about people who we don't know even know about. I would have liked for those who are denouncing and renouncing. If you're going to talk negatively about somebody, just talk negatively about your little dean or somebody who was on your level. What we're not going to do is go all the way back to a soldier, somebody who fought for the country, a Buffalo Soldier, and talk negatively about them. And because they have relatives still here today. You know that, right? The Diggs family is still here in America today. Y'all know that, right? Anyway, I didn't want to keep y'all on here long. I just wanted to show y'all that. Should I do a part 2? Because I'm only a few hours in on this denouncing, renouncing stuff, and I'm disgusted. Like, these people know nothing, and they done wasted their damn money. Ain't no way you didn't do it. Just a little bit of research. Oh, what happened? Somebody said Renaissance Pan-African allowed these people in to destroy us from the inside. That's what it seemed like to Renaissance, because I do remember hearing stories of alphas, Alpha Phi alphas. They didn't want any Hellenic Council. They didn't want it to go outside of America. But I can call an alpha and ask them. But it seems like they were voted over, which allowed these organizations to be international. But seems like they were built on something that was more so bloodline than something that can go out international. And I do remember a few years ago that the Omegas moved a chapter over to Ghana, and they wasn't even over there for 2 months before Ghanaians started saying that Omega started in Africa. I'm like, and then the internet told them a new ass about it. Because they're like, y'all ain't been over here but a month. How the hell did Omega start in Africa? Because how they do it is they take everything that we create over here, and because we're called African Americans, because they keep calling us African Americans, we're not even calling ourselves that. Because they keep calling us African Americans, they're saying, oh, no, well, that started in the motherland. Well, they got stepping from us because we still, today in Ghana. Shut y'all whole ass up. Y'all niggas don't know how to dance, let alone step. You know how much, you see how off rhythm these people are? They do very staccato type movements. They don't go on TikTok. I'll tell y'all one trend to look at. Do y'all remember the bucket challenge? Bucket, like a mechanical bull. That challenge showed you that Africans cannot dance. All they can do is staccato motions. Because that challenge went out because people noticed that the African content creators was not doing the bucket challenge. And this was a huge Beyonce challenge. So they called on the top dancers in Africa to do this challenge that Black Americans was doing with ease. Like second nature. The top dancers in Africa said, okay, we need 2 weeks to practice. Something, because this is just a little 32 count. This ain't nothing but a little 16 count. Two 16 counts. They couldn't do it. Then they came back after 2 weeks and said they look like trash, is what I'm trying to say. They look like trash. And then one would have to ask, well, why are Black Americans the only group of majorettes in the world? There are no majorettes in Africa. There are no majorettes in Britain. There are no majorettes in South America. Why are Black Americans the only majorettes in the world? Why are we the only ones over here doing 8 count, 16 count, 32 count? Why are we the only ones over here? Why are we the only ones with this type of rhythm? One would have to ask, as a former majorette myself, one would have to ask, are we the only ones that got this type of rhythm in us? And everybody who's watching us online can just sit there in the mirror and practice stuff that comes natural to us? Is that what's going on? We opened the internet, and now people can mimic us with ease. Now, give it another 20 years. You're going to have full HBCU style bands in Africa with majorettes. Now, when they do their little dances over there, they call it tribal, cultural. When they see our majorettes dancing, it's nothing. It's just a little 1-2. Oh, look at the Black Americans. But we don't have culture. Exactly. I also want, because somebody brought up AKAs in the chat, I could do a whole, where did the frog, AKAs is the frog, when did the frog become, how did the frog become popularized, and what were the frog used for? I talked about the frog in American History Part 1. If you know, you know. You can get a little hint. Go look up Kermit the Frog. Where was Kermit the Frog popularized? That'd be Mississippi. You look at the founders of the AKAs and the history of AKAs. I look at this stuff on a way deeper level than most people. These women weren't just sitting on their hand baking bread. You had these women involved in military operations. You had when the black men would cross the water getting lost, when the mail wasn't sorted out, you had AKAs that was involved in all of that type of stuff. The movie Hidden Figures. You mean these women wasn't just sitting idly by? This was during war time now. This was during wartime. So I gotta do a little bit more research on. I know they venerate Atlas, which is Atlas. But the frog is the most important part. That's all I needed to know. If you tell me about somebody a frog and somebody poison, that's all I needed to know. You do. I know what you're doing. You're doing what it takes to keep the enemy cannibal baby eaters away from you and your children and your neighborhood and your community. And if you ask me, they weren't evil enough. Because if I see people eating babies, cannibals, I might come up with a concoction to make these people disappear too. I'm not saying that's what they did, but you could do a lot with poison ivy. Poison ivy can be used as a weapon, and this is during war. We were at full out war when these organizations were created. So just like TPUSA is going from campus to campus trying to collude, we should have never stopped doing that. And did we ever stop? The Divine Nine should never stop going on campus, not just pledging people, but teaching people the longer version of the history of these organizations and the Greek pantheon or whatever that they could be involved with. This just because it was Greek don't mean it was evil. You got to look at the origin story. Every culture has these same origin stories. So is everybody evil? Why just point one group of people out and not point the other group of people out? I discussed the Eastern Stars briefly. Now, I also want you to know this. I think I told y'all about this at the end of last year. Why? By the end of last year, somebody said, "Whoa, General, you own some." I literally just walked back in the house. A fraud was in the lobby. At the end of last year, one of the top researchers from one of the top universities found this Greek scroll. The Greek scroll, they could not interpret this Greek scroll for nothing. So they ended up passing this scroll around to archaeologists. Nobody could interpret it. It wasn't until they reached out to some of the black Negro colored darkies, Eastern Stars, to interpret the Greek scroll. The Eastern Stars helped them interpret the Greek scroll so that they can know what was on the scroll. It was a scroll of Electa, guys. Now, one would have to ask, how did the Negro colored darkies know that Electa existed and all these top white people from Yale and Princeton and Harvard didn't even know Electa existed? How did they know? Electa is in the Bible, you know. Eastern Stars is biblical. Now, now you can put it all together. Oh, y'all want me to put it all? I can say some stuff. You know, one would put it all together. Cause they said Eastern Stars was evil too, and I said I know this lady ain't read no Bible. She said Eastern Stars, but Eastern Stars is the Bible. That's all it is. The Bible. It's characters from the Bible. Yeah, that's all it is. They didn't know this particular character even existed. So I'm trying to see what God they serve, God, Jesus, and all of this as they talk about. If they missing, white people have been missing an entire character, the most important character in the New Testament, probably the whole time. They know nothing. They do nothing about it. The niggas, I knew. The niggas knew. Y'all didn't know Electa existed. They didn't know until the end of last year, in the year about Lord 2025. And why was Electa on the Greek scroll? Electa is venerated in Eastern Stars. Nah. If you picking up what I'm putting down, you pick it up quick now. And I also want y'all to take into consideration, you got Apollo at the campus. Apollo, Artemis is his sister. This was happening during the World Wars. A lot of the men who were Buffalo Soldiers were then made into characters by Marvel. So what were these black men doing on the battlefield? Were they calling on Apollo to help them? Was their warrior ethos at the time Apollo? Was Apollo or Artemis showing up? That's why you have an Iron Man that was a part of the Black Panther unit that was able to have this supernatural type of power. Y'all pick up what I'm putting down quick now, because my video might get taken down. They already gonna demonetize me. I need support. Support me what I'm saying. I'm telling you the truth. Pick up what I'm putting down. Just nah. The men were so powerful. These black men, guys, were so powerful. The files were just declassified in 2023, over 100 years later. It took them over 100 years to declassify what these black men were doing on the battlefield. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how crazy that is? We wouldn't know till way after the fact that black men created that M16. We wouldn't know till way after the fact that black men created the suppressors. There's a lot of people got suppressors screwed to their guns that don't even know a black man created this shit. From the 5th, I think he was on the 5th Marine Regiment. A whole black man created it on the battlefield during battle now. The gas block that you have in the guns today, a whole black man created that. That's why guns are able to shoot further, because of an apparatus a black man made on the battlefield, using copper wire wrapping the muzzle of his gun to make his bullets go further. It wouldn't be until these files get declassified and these stories are retold that we know the level of warriorship that these black men had to protect this country, this soil where our ancestors are buried. The only land that we know, and the only land that we need to know. The only land that we are. See. A charge to keep I have. A charge to keep. This is the only land that we have a charge to keep. Do you get what I'm saying? So don't let no African or no John Achuwochoku, none of them should be able to talk negatively about it. If you see something, nigga, close your eyes. For the longest time, the military had a don't ask, don't tell policy. Why? They were kicking their ass too. Don't ask, don't tell. Nigga, that's the same thing that should be with the divine nine. Don't ask, don't tell. If this is too much for you, drop line. That's very easy to do. You don't have to sit here and separate the salt from the pepper. They made me separate the salt from the pepper, and it was grueling. And I got smile white. Bitch, why you didn't quit? It's very simple. You could have quit. You don't have to come online and call the whole people evil because you had to separate salt from black pepper. They put a banana in the toilet and they blindfolded us and we had to reach our hand in the toilet and squeeze the banana, and I got PTSD because I thought I was squeezing the Why you didn't quit? But you didn't quit though. You didn't quit until you got too fat to scroll, to do the strolls. That's when you quit. You got too fat to dance. That's when you quit. When you got too fat to dance, when you got too out of shape to dance. But when you was in shape, you was there it was just a happy, throwing it up, stepping. Now you can't pick and put them legs up and down. Like somebody just gave me a thorn. There's a goddamn hater in here. And you want me to crash. See, you want me to crash out so bad. But baby, that don't work. I got a new attitude, so I don't crash out like that like I used to. But somebody just gave me a thumb down because they don't like all this information I just broke down in this small amount of time. They don't like it. John Achuku must be in here, whatever your goof ass name is. You better hope that I just leave it here, because I take it all the way there, nigga. Nigga, I'll be calling ICE. I take it out. We will make sure your papers are straight. I take it all the way there. You know I will. Now I'm gonna let the Greek people handle these niggas. Now that I gave them the information, they came from TPUSA for this is Netanyahu level. Why would they want to attack Black American organizations that's old? That's some of the oldest organizations over here on the landmass currently. I have no clue. But that's exactly what they're doing. Continue to click like in here, guys. Continue to share the live. Share it with somebody who need to see it. Share it with somebody who, likes history. If somebody like history, they'll like this type of stuff. I love this type of stuff. Y'all know that. But anyway, thanks for everybody who supported the channel. If you haven't got your membership with U.S. Lineage, guys, I don't know what y'all waiting on. We're on U.S. Lineage pulling all kind of records. Okay, I may go in and see. I may go in and do an Apollo search to see whether I can find some of the artifacts that they pulled from over there. Cause see, that's the only thing is when I start digging, I'm gonna be too far in it, and it's gonna piss me off. But I may take that risk, guys. When I clear some of my clients out, I may do a deep dive on this, y'all, because I am just. Let me see something real quick. Let me see. Because I know if I type in Apollo and hold on, let me see. Let's see, can I find any artifacts? Oh my Jesus. See. I don't know. HRC, Greek Army. Greek Independence Day. More instructions. California schools. Hold on. United States Information Agency. See, I ain't gonna deep dive this tonight. I might have to let me see. I might have to come on there back online and do a part two of this, guys. I may have to come back and do a part two. I may have to come in and do a part two. Because this is I'm not gonna stand as a person who does this high level hobby called history on the side. I'm not finna stand by while y'all slander Black Americans and Negro created organizations. Not me. I'm not gonna stand for it. Y'all not finna do this today. Never. Because I have to archive these organizations. I archived a few of these organizations in American History Part 2. Because there's no way you can go to HBCU, be a historian, write books, and not archive some of these organizations. There's no way you can't do it. You know that it's just no way. These whites and Asians have no creativity. They have no choice but to copy. That's on everything, and it's sad. It's very sad. Somebody said, do whatever feels best. The dopest Black military man story I've ever heard was from Eugene Yaquez Bullard. Oh, Bullard, yes. I've read the story of Bullard. Somebody told me, somebody from the Bullard family. Oh, what's his name? Is in the chat. Don't call yourself out of the chat right now from the Bullard family, but they're one of my clients, the Bullard family. Don't put yourself out in the chat, but yeah, I got the Bullard family. So yes, I mean these military stories, bro. Like these people fought like they had something to lose because our great grandparents, we have artifacts over here. We have all kind of stuff that people worshipped when they came over here and got amongst us. They worshipped us, killed us, worshipped us, and it's weird as hell. They do that today. It's weird. It's weird. Somebody said, hey, call ICE on him. We got to meet our weekly quotas. Let us not keep fucking around, y'all. Akachuku. We'll get an ice calling party. Get your ass on up out of here. Since we're all evil, you shouldn't even be over here since everybody evil. Why would you want to live amongst the evil? Go back to your homeland. Go back to where they have mud huts. Yeah, shit. Them cousins are over there killing each other by the droves. Trafficking children, they eat human livers. And then they just become the puppets for white guys. That's all. He's a puppet for a white man. And that's why we never really took on the whole Pan-African movement. A lot of people did. A lot of people in the North maybe had took over, took a liking to that Pan-African shit. We never took a liking to that Pan-African shit in the South. We already knew these niggas ain't up. It's a few friendly Africans from where we live. But just calling these niggas cousins and all, we ain't never did no shit like that. You dap them up. We went to school together. Yeah, that's my homeboy, but that nigga ain't my brother. Look at this nigga. Hell, we gonna joke these niggas to hell. Y'all got attitudes, you think you better, we gonna joke your ass to hell. So that's how it happens. I'm just saying. Y'all niggas will breathe with that my homeboy. We friends. Now don't take it too far. Friends. Okay. Oh, we went way beyond booty scratching, baby. You get joked down there to suicide. You come to school musty if you want to. You come to school with them church shoes on, with them goddamn jeans if you want to. Boy, your ass get joked out. You finna go home early. Your ass get joked out. Every class you go in with them motherfucking shoes on, you might well walk around there be barefoot. You get them niggas used to come to school with church shoes on with jeans, bro. Boy, do you know you only 13, right? How you got out them church shoes? Why you got out them church shoes with them jeans, baby? We ain't number 13. Hey, you dress like an old nigga and you 13. You dress and look like an old nigga. Anyway. Y'all share the live. Y'all share the live. I'm trying to read some more y'all. Some more y'all comments while I'm over here. I ain't gonna let y'all stay on here long. Get your memberships on US Lineage. Let me tell y'all, the records are there. I'm trying to hold the doors open, the windows open. It's just I'm telling y'all, I done kept this website secured for a long time. It's a tiny miracle. 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 So get your memberships. Even if you're not looking for heirs property, even if you're not looking for your ancestors, if you just like to research, go on there. Anything you think your mind can comprehend that you think could be real or could be fake, go on US Lineage, go to the back door that I showed y'all and research. And we built that back door in there for a reason now. I'm telling you. I'm holding the doors open. It's like, holding the doors and the windows open. Go on US Lineage and search it. I was in Wichita Mountain doing an exercise and didn't know the Yuchi actually set down roots after Indian removal in Fort Steele. Yeah, the military base. Oh yeah, in Kansas? Yeah, that's all Indian. Kansas, that's all Indian. You had some very famous soldiers out of Fort Steele. Out of Kansas. Just Kansas in general. Mm-hmm. Jackie Robinson was out of Kansas for the longest. So they sent him down to Texas. And he was supposed to fight on that Buffalo Regiment. That the same Buffalo Regiment that Iron Man was on. But Jackie Robinson got hurt. Jackie Robinson got an injury. But yeah, Jackie Robinson was initially out of Kansas. So a lot of people was out of there. Y'all are hilarious in this chat, bro. You said you couldn't get in the last time you tried. Some people couldn't get in on the last show. I could see what happened. Well, that was my fault. I changed how the website looked slightly. It's kind of unnoticeable. But if you need to get back, if you need to get in, let me know. Like, if you let me know which name you was under, I can put you back in. Or if you try to go in there now, you'll be able to easily see where the files are. It's a lot easier than it initially was. It's the big blue button. It's the big blue button. Click on the big blue button, and then you'll be able to see the files. So it's much easier to get in now. Now, depending on what payment method you use, like, even for people who are looking for the land search option, you don't have to pay all it at one time. You can pay in increments. Like, I allow people to pay in increments. And depending on your payment option, there may be like a slight delay before you have access to records, because your payment option has to clear. So that could be an issue too. But for some people, time they hit pay, they refresh their screen and they can search records like almost immediately. But yeah, some people was kind of confused, like, do I have to pay all of it up front? I prefer you pay all of it up front. I prefer it. But I don't decline people who pay in increments, because look, we are at a time in history where there is a huge wealth transfer happening. And it's imperative that we find every shred of land, every shred of evidence that something was taken, every commodity record, every patent, every invention, everything connected to you and your family, every graveyard, everything. You need a body of evidence. That's what I do. I help people create a body of evidence based on my findings. So, like, I prefer you pay up front because it's my time, and it takes a lot of time. It's very, very much time consuming, but I understand people have to pay in increments. So I got like, ways on there for people to pay in increments if they need to. But anyway, currently there's no more openings for May, but I do have openings in June. So if you're getting the land search tier, just know that the current emails are going, the current calendar is going out for June. I'm not sure if I want to take clients in July. I'm not totally sure. But I am currently taking clients for June. Let me see. Somebody said the price is not a factor for me. Okay, good. Yeah, I know some ballers on here. I know. I know the price is not a factor. I wasn't singling you out. I was just saying, like, in general. Child, I know I got some big wigs on here. Y'all ain't fooling me. I've had plenty of celebrity clients, and child, I know y'all ain't fooling me. I don't hear too many people in here crying, bro. These types of conversations don't even really attract broke people unless they're the brokies that are, CIA, and they're trying to stop what I'm saying and go against it. People who listen, these typically aren't, but these are high level conversations. These are real high level conversations. These aren't low level conversations masked as high level. It takes a lot of research to find a black picture of Apollo. Y'all want to know how Apollo looked today? I should have showed a corresponding picture. If you just Google Apollo, girl, he very white with a little penis. I'm like, I know that ain't the Apollo that we know. Child, why would they even? Child, they done made all the Apollo white. Well, I mean, with little bitty dicks. Why would a black man make this Apollo the one for the capital? Now, come on, let's be for real. Come on, let's be for real. Come on, let's be so fucking for real. Because this was never the Apollo that Elder Watson Diggs was talking about. This was never the one. Yeah, I was never. That was why would the Buffalo Soldier Elder Watson Diggs make this Apollo with the little bit of meat? All white with a little bit of meat. Then he just butt naked for no reason. Cause what's that even draped around you? Butt naked for no reason. Butt fucking naked for no reason. Butt booking naked. Yeah, that would never be the one that Elder Diggs put on. Elder Diggs would never do that. Why would he do that? Why would he just not? Why would he still? This is who Elder Diggs was talking about. Elder Diggs was talking about this one. I can assure you that. I can assure you that. I can assure you that. He talking about the one with the cornrows. Baby, stop playing. Stop playing. Let's not play tonight now. Okay. Anyway, guys, I love y'all so much. I told y'all this is going to be a short show. She said, no, I'm retired, General Janice. I'm credit rich, child. I love it. I love it, baby. Whatever's clever. Oh, whatever's clever. Oh, since somebody said, "Nah, the tiny parts ain't here." Yeah, the nigga butt naked for no reason. Why would this is not what the campus is talking about? Now, if there are any pole marchers who even think that that's the one, please send them to this video. Well, we need to get the pole marchers these pictures, because y'all need to educate the people. Fight for yourselves. Don't just have random girl. I'm a random girl. I'm a random girl. Y'all cuss better than I cuss. Y'all need to start cussing these people out. That's all they understand. Tell them to shut the fuck up. Sue them. Make you another, collude together, make you a whole nother business structure where you can sue these people. Sue these people for talking shit. Make them take them videos on YouTube. Because you could have 1 million more pledges, followers, or whatever. They're trying to get people out of these organizations, I'm convinced. After seeing what I saw today, I think they want to make sure that people don't join these organizations. That got to be what it is. I don't know. Somebody said it's so small it almost looked like a coochie. Child, we don't know who that is. Who is that? Who is that white man? Girl. That ain't the one the Capitals. That can't be the one the Capitals was talking about. Somebody said they just made it to live, babe. I'm about to go. They had to question their manhood. Shit, if I have a man in my meat with that look, I question my manhood too. God, why did ye curse me? You ain't in. I'm telling you something. If the best part about a man is his dick, his meat, and if God gave you a little one, that means you're not close to God. If God gave you a 1-incher, if the most exciting, I ain't gonna say the best part about a man, because I ain't gonna do y'all like that. But what the most exciting part is your meat. I ain't even gonna sit here and sugarcoat it for you. You said no, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything for you. That ain't not what I'm here for. I'm not here to sugarcoat for you guys. Y'all don't pay me enough to sugarcoat shit. I sugarcoat for my lover because I wouldn't want to offend him. I'm not here to be submissive or none of that. I'm never submissive to strangers. This who you get. Now I be submissive to my lover because he's earned that. I'm not here to be submissive. I'm not here to be, oh, you're supposed to be a good girl for me. No, I don't be no good girl for strangers. It's black women going missing and killed. What if I just walk around being a aloof good girl all the time? Hey, bitch, snatch me up. So I'm going to tell you straight up. If the most exciting part about men is they meat, that's what we like. I like to play with it and stuff. And if God gave you a 1-inch meat, he ain't like you then. It means God don't fucking like you. That I'm saying that's just what it is. Y'all can't tell me nothing different. If God gave you 2 inches of fun, that God did not like you. Ain't no need of you coming online talking about Jesus, this God, that Holy Spirit, the God don't even like your ass. For one, let's start there. Every time you pull it out it's 2 inches. You don't even need to be in the pulpit talking about God. Y'all is not the same. You ain't the same as God or the gods. You doing this, you could call it woke or whatever. You ain't the same. You was not built in his image. You even got the come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all don't make me do this tonight. You ain't built. You can't be built in his images. You got 2 inches. I mean, Why would he do that to you? He knew you needed that thing to procreate. He knew you need, because that's what they said. Be fruitful and multiply. How can you be fruitful with 2 inches, 1 inch of fun? You can't be that fruitful. It's a struggle. It's a struggle to be fruitful if you only got but 2 inches. Your fruitivity is at stake here. That's what God told you to do. Be fruitful and multiply. But he gave you 1 inch to work with and told you use Apollo. It is I. Bitch, no. Stop. We're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. Anyway, y'all. I hope I have made you guys laugh tonight. I hope that you will share the video. Clip the video. I go viral every week, guys, on somebody's page, somebody new page, guys. So I'm sure somebody gonna clip some of this and it's gonna go viral. It ain't gonna go viral on my page. I'm already sharing the band everywhere, everywhere. Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. The band is shadow, but baby, I go viral on everybody else page. Everybody else page. It's ridiculous how they have just, blocked me out of money off my own content. Isn't that a shame? Was it meant to reproduce? No, you weren't meant to reproduce. You was meant to be submissive. You was meant to be a servant, probably. You got the body parts of a servant. You got but 1 inch of dick. That's the body part of a servant. Who gonna be submissive to a man with 1 inch? I wish a nigga with 1 inch of dick would tell me something to be submissive. You don't get your dumb ass out my face. What you told me to do? Pull down your pants real quick. You don't get your goof ass out of here. That's just how the conversation will go with me. You're not gonna see me with a man with a little meat. I ain't never dated. Now we can't move no further, sir. No further questions. No further questions. No further questions. That's why y'all see me with no white man. It ain't because I'm on here talking about history. These niggas be all in my inbox. The more raunchier I get on the topic of history, the more I tell them about how the atrocities that they cause our community, the more of them be in my DMs. I don't fucking get it. But them niggas don't have a chance in heaven or hell. I know how you're built, sir. You don't have no chance with nobody like me. No, not me. You don't have no chance. You don't have no chance because of how you built. Because of how you built alone. I'm not finna do this with you. I got too many other options. No. Somebody say, I'm laying that thing on your shoulder and asking what my sandwich is. That's all we respect. That's all. You're not getting no sandwich with 2 inches of fun. You don't deserve no sandwich. You need to get your ass out there and work. You need to make me a sandwich. I had to do all the work. Let me get out here. This is the After Dark show. If you were watching the replay, this happened at nighttime after dark. The children are supposed to already be asleep anyway. So for y'all to say, oh, look how raunchy she talk. Look how raunchy it's not a kindergartner show. I'm not a kindergartner. I talk like an adult 24/7. I'm not finna, change the way I talk because you're listening. You ain't sitting there a super chat to tell me you're not a sponsor. This show is not sponsored. I can talk like I want to talk. I'm not bought and paid for. I can say what you want to say, but you can't say. Okay? So just put that out there. Oh, then look at what you're talking about. Yeah, I just showed you a picture of Apollo. It's all ties into history, don't it? I'm showing you how the niggas could not have been talking about this white Apollo because he got 1 inch of dick. Why would a Elder Diggs put this guy at the helm of an organization that he created? It makes zero sense. This man was a scholar and a warrior. Why would he do that? You got to make it make sense. That's the whole point. Yes, daddy. Light mayo. Let me get out of here. Facts. Facts. You want it toasted? And it be immediately after too. It's just like some in us is you what you need, you hungry? Thank you for the super chat. Let me get off your chat. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the support. I appreciate the support. Somebody said this show is sponsored by Magnum. I'm just trying to see, like, why would they try to correlate the two? Child, what if I get 11-11? See, the elder beings in here right now. Right now. They say 11-11 just hit. The elder D is in here right now. I don't know why they phone beeping like that. Y'all see that? It was until y'all saw that light flashing in my phone. What the fuck was that? Oh Lord, one of my phone being tracked. Ooh, I gotta stop. Anyway, guys, I got clients in the morning. We'd like to thank Elder Diggs for showing up tonight. Brother, we're not going to let these people talk crazy about you. I'm going to eat their ass every time. I'm going to try to get them kicked out of our America as well. Thank you for your service, Elder Diggs, if you're listening, because I know you are, because you came in here right at 11:11. I appreciate that. Appreciate you showing up tonight. Don't we love it when the ancestors show us somebody? Okay now. All right now. We love to see it. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get off here. I got clients tomorrow. If you want to get on the calendar for July, get the land search tier. If you was one of my previous clients, get the previous client tier. Okay, it's at a different price from the land search tier. Anyway. Somebody said the camera. Yeah, but why is the camera on? Why the camera flashing like that? I ain't activated no damn camera. Y'all see that? Why is that flashing like that? What is that? My lock screen on. Let me see if my other phone doing that. Yeah, the other phone don't do that. Why is that? This is on in my lock screen. Can somebody tell me that? Child, somebody done hacked my shit, ain't it? Somebody done hacked my shit, ain't it? Netanyahu them probably. They're probably Netanyahu them. Because that's crazy. Recording everything I say, probably. And you can't see it with the naked eye. Like, I can't see it like this. But when I turn it to another it done stopped now. Oh. It ain't flashing no more. It done stopped now. That's crazy. I'm throwing this fucking phone in the trash can tonight, bitch. You got to go. Because what the hell is that? Because what the hell is that? Oh, y'all ain't finna go. Y'all finna go. You finna go out of here because this phone don't do that. You ain't got to go, but you got to get the hell out of here. Yeah, your ass going in the trash tonight. I don't even know I got a lot of shit on that device too. Everything got to go. Yeah, I'm about to liquidate this motherfucking phone tonight. You think you finna play with me? Anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I hope I wasn't too unhinged tonight. I will be on here tomorrow at my regular late night pull up when I be pulling up on Friday night when y'all be hell asleep. Cause I have to get my day going and done with. Somebody said these people diabolical. Absolutely. I see it all the time. I cover my camera lens. But why would you have to cover the camera lens on the cell phone though? Covering the camera lens on the laptop, I see that, but on the cell phone is crazy. Girl, that is crazy. Hold on, cause boy, I'm telling you. Yeah, I don't know. Yo ass, this phone got to go. I don't know. That's crazy. It ain't doing it no more since the person who doing this to me is probably watching the live. Got to be. Cause now that I talked about it, ain't doing it no more. That's crazy. I love you too. Somebody said stay unhinged. I can't be nobody but myself on here. That's all I can be. It's all I can be. Anyway, I love you guys. I love y'all. I will see y'all on tomorrow for the regular late night show. Come in here early now, cause see, I shouldn't have to wait around for y'all to load into the chat. I don't know why the numbers just refuse to go up on my chat. I don't know why we don't have 10,000 people in here for this breaking news that I shared tonight. Anyway, we'll try to get 10,000 people tomorrow. We'll try to get some numbers in tomorrow. Anyway, I love y'all. Good night.